This week, American Treasures,
Amazon versus Walmart,
and someone gets shunned.
This is the front page. Welcome to the front page, the show that brings you the top content from the social news website reddit.com. I'm Tyler Slayton.
I'm Neil Figuracion.
And guess what?
What?
Episode 10.
What? We've had 10 episodes?
It's a milestone, kind of.
I feel like
double digits.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's longer than, like, most of my relationships.
That's personal? All right, we can get into this.
Ah.
All right. But you did have something personal you want to talk
do
about.
have something personal. A
personal project, as it
Yes. I have been directing a show called Spectacle Spectacular. I don't know if this is in the shots, which is an improvised
technology
musical show in collaboration with a dance company. The J. Lindsay Brown Dance Company and my improv group, the Glitter Island Gang, have put together this show where we make up an entire musical on stage in front of an audience, and all of the dancing in the show is by professional dancers who are awesome at their thing.
You keep talking like I've asked you questions about it, and you're like, yeah, no, we do this and this and this, and you make it sounds much more complicated than...
I feel like it's simple, but it's one of those things that isn't. I mean, I feel like...
It sounds insane to me.
It's an idea. It's a dream that I've been chasing for several years.
Right on.
And so much so that when this collaboration finally came through, I had to take it. And it's been a really great learning experience for everyone involved. What happened recently is that we launched our Indiegogo campaign.
Okay.
So look up Spectacle Spectacular on Indiegogo, and you'll find a place where you can give us money, because we really, I'm paying out of my pocket to make this show happen.
Throw the man some change. Come on.
And it's really, it's a level of the art that I don't think anyone has explained anywhere or has explored anywhere.
Sure.
Was to have actual dancers doing improvised musical stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So
the idea of making up a song on the spot for
it's nothing.
That sounds like insanity. That sounds like my worst fear is doing that.
Well, then you had better come to our show.
I will, absolutely.
Cool.
Is there any other deets like URL or something?
Yeah, we've got the URL. It's just go to Indiegogo and search Spectacle Spectacular. It will be the first thing that you see. Also, we'll be posting the URL on our YouTube on the notes here. So we could use your money.
And
arts. It's the arts.
Spectacle Spectacular, all spelled normally.
Yes, all spelled normally.
Nice
it's a fully improvised song and dance musical. And it's something that is very dear to me.
All right, awesome. I'm excited for it. But let's get into the show. First story up for the day. Submitted to subreddit videos by Smeghead333. Smeghead. That sounds...
It's from Red Dwarf.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
It sounds way dirtier.
Well, it's pretty dirty.
Oh, is it? Okay. All right. We don't need to explain it. But I thought this is funny. This is a news anchor offers his theory as to how Amazon has surpassed Walmart.
The bump for Amazon came after it reported an unexpected boost in sales in its second quarter. Amazon earned $92 million last quarter. That's a 20% jump in sales compared to the prior year.
You know why? Because they sell sex toys, and Walmart can't or won't sell sex toys. Amazon does. A friend of mine works in the warehouse. He says they sell a ton of them.
Yeah.
I'm just telling you how it is.
They're trying to eat breakfast.
Well, yeah, but nobody else will tell you this, but that's the reason.
Okay.
All right, thanks for watching Channel 2.
I mean, it's the Nevada news, so
it's the Reno news in, the Channel 2. This is the morning program. And also, this dude... You ever meet somebody and you're just like, there's something off about you. I don't know what it is. And then they say something, you're like, I got it. That's what's wrong with you and your whole thing.
I don't know. That's the kind of newscaster I imagine myself being.
You just be like, it's obviously sex toys.
I don't know that that's a major advantage.
I would love if the whole
I know that the sex toy market, the sex industries, there's lots of money in them. I don't know that it's the difference between Amazon and Walmart. I will say things can be found dirt cheap on Amazon, and I have mixed feelings about that, because I have a big love for brick and mortar building, like businesses. like small comic stores or music stores.
Right on.
I don't like that they're dying, and that.
But I mean, come on, you're gonna have to actually go into a store to buy your sex toys. That seems
because there are
that's
people there.
embarrassing.
Well, here's one thing. It's sort of I've been doing my homework.
All right.
There are what is it? Toys that are better than others. In terms of their construction or how healthy they are for the environment.
All right.
I'm not kidding.
All right. Fair enough.
So that's.
I just like the idea. I would love if that whole morning, like everything was blamed on the sex toy industry. Just like crash on the 120. Bet it was sex toys. Sex toys must have been involved.
All those dildos.
Oh, the economy. Sex toys must have been.
Butt plugs.
All right.
All those things messing with the environment, the economy.
It's true. They could be blamed for it. They're like.
And ISIS.
Yes.
Oh, that ISIS flag.
The ISIS flag. Yes,
That's why we blame it on sex toys.
It's all connected. I think we just discovered something. There's like helicopters. We're going to hear like helicopters in a minute. They're going to bust in. All right. Well, moving on. Submitted to the subreddit news. This might be my favorite. My favorite username of the week. It's not Slim Shady. SHADDY. I don't know if they were going for shady.
I would wager a bet that they were, and they probably couldn't actually use the.
Well, but it also like it has underscores in it, so I imagine they like tried to get. It's like trying to figure out like a personalized license plate. They're just like, no, that doesn't work. No, that doesn't work. I'll just spell shady wrong.
BIGLVR, big liver, lover.
But this story is pretty fascinating. It's unprecedented life sentence recommended for peanut executive for knowingly shipping salmonella contaminated peanut butter. Now, do you remember this from like
like a week ago?
Yeah, a week ago was the sentencing, but in like 2008, 2009, a bunch of peanut butter that was contaminated with salmonella went out to like 46 states that there were outbreaks. It was the biggest food recall in the history of the United States. It killed 9 people, and 700 other got ill, and they just the guy was convicted, and they're asking for a life sentence.
I love peanut butter, so this is horrifying.
Like nothing is more safe and wholesome than peanut butter, and
right.
like the fact that it killed people is crazy.
I mean, if you have an allergy, you shouldn't be eating it. I get it, but like,
yeah, sure, but they weren't shipped with peanut. Well, they were shipped with peanut allergies, but they were also shipped with salmonella. That's what killed folks. But it's a guy named Stuart Parnell, who is the former Peanuts Corporation of America owner that was convicted for knowingly shipping salmonella-contaminated peanut butter from his Georgia plant. They're asking for a life sentence. I
mean, if he knew it was going out there, then he knew that potentially people could be very badly affected.
Oh, for sure. Like, well, and also there's a bunch of other weird crimes that were included in sentencing, like conspiracy and obstruction of justice. So I guess he wasn't cooperative, and wire fraud. Like, I want to see this movie.
Oh my gosh! What about if Omar from The Wire was involved in the Peanuts?
Yeah,
that'd be the best.
I would watch the hell out of that movie.
That's it.
I guess he's
show. Jeez.
Yeah, he's going to be sentenced on September 21st, so we'll find out then. The judge can lower the sentence, but this is what the prosecution is asking for: is life in prison. And it does say there's a Mary Wilkerson, who is the plant's quality control manager. She's going to get 8 to 10 years.
You gotta get the devil.
Which I'm surprised she didn't get more, because I'm sure she cannot afford the lawyers that
they work for peanuts.
I was trying to avoid that pun.
I can't
so badly. I can tell. I can see it in your eyes. You're just like, no, don't.
I had a lot of ginger ale before this, so yeah.
A lot of ginger. That'll do crazy things too.
Yeah.
All right.
And not the good kind.
The good kind of ginger. What's the bad kind of ginger ale?
Well, the kind I had.
Oh, all right, fair enough. All right, moving on. This was submitted to the subreddit Interesting as Fuck by So Much Art. Now, are you familiar with you remember the scene in Raiders of the Lost Ark at the very end where the Ark is being put away in that giant room full of other boxes full of military secrets.
Yeah. That's if you didn't see that movie, you wouldn't know that scene. But if you saw that movie, you'd know exactly.
I feel
what
like if you
happened.
haven't seen that movie, turn our show off and
go
come
see
back.
Go
back.
see the movie. Yeah,
but yeah, go watch Raiders. It's pretty much the perfect movie. This show, far from perfect. So according to the story, which is called America's Hidden Treasure Room, that place is real. It's all these super interesting photos that were put up on Imgur that are. It gives the location. It's 30 minutes outside of DC at Fort Belvoir. And they show you like the whole security thing for it. It's these giant, like, thick concrete walled corridors, and there's special like security that only like the lights are only on where people are walking and stuff, so it like can't be viewed by, or I guess the cameras can't be tapped into or whatever. Through these giant doors, and it's just this crazy collection of historical like artifacts. So there's a giant collection of old like military weapons, military what do you call it? Like garb, like uniforms and stuff. But then it gets into like some really, there's a giant art collection in there. That includes like, well, they do have some original Rockefellers, which are cool. Wait, Rockefellers? No, that's not right. Who am I thinking of? The artist. Rockwell. Rockefeller.
Oh.
Norman Rockwell.
I was thinking
Sounds
Prince
like-
for a second. But
Yeah, no. But then there's a bunch of art that is done by soldiers, like depicting war back to like the Civil War. So there's all these paintings. It's like this one of that's apparently like Bob Hope visiting the troops in World War II. All this crazy stuff and like crazy good art done by soldiers.
Oh, that is awesome.
Yeah, right? They're like and then it gets into some, there's so many of these pictures, there's so much art in this collection. There you go. There's
that's a Rockwell.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, this one too. But then it also has and depictions up till like Modern War. So there's like Desert Storm stuff.
Oh.
A whole bunch of other pictures, and then where was it? Oh, the War on Terror. And then it gets into, there's watercolors done by Hitler in there.
What?
Right?
I mean, I heard he was a painter, but I thought he painted houses.
In any case, that's a crazy thing to have. I guess they were just collected from World War II. But honestly, like my imagination, I've seen too many movies, so my imagination runs wild with this. Like, this is what they're showing us. What aren't they showing us?
That's where all of the E.T. Atari games went.
Right. Because we need to, those are a resource. We need to hang on to those.
Hey,
I want to break in. We should break in. Does anyone know how to break in places? Do we?
I've seen those movies with Tom Cruise in them when he does all of the stunts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But how hard could it be if Tom Cruise can do it? He's like 5'3".
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that aids in missing.
Oh, because you can go through like vents quicker and stuff?
Yeah.
That's fair. All right. Well, maybe we won't break in. Maybe we'll just move on to the next story.
We can at least think about it.
All right. Oh, this is nice. You ever go on like Yelp or basically any place where regular old humans are allowed to review stuff?
Oh, yes.
It's the worst. Some of it's quality.
Like YouTube.
Yeah, YouTube. No, we love the people on YouTube. They're all attractive and intelligent people. But this one I thought was funny.
Personalities are great.
This place, this is a bar. Doesn't say where it is, but this was submitted to the subreddit Funny by Miko is Cool. It's great advertising for a bar. So apparently this bar took all their negative Urban Spoon reviews and put them on some signage outside so they get quoted reviews like overrated and the beer was too cold. And very untraditional, which I don't know. That tells me nothing about the place. Like, oh, it's an untraditional bar. I don't know what that means.
They serve macaroni and butter.
Right. No empty seats, which is essentially like tells you how hopping the place is.
Or they had one seat and there was someone in it. Well, I'm not trying to be clever.
Yeah.
I
also like I this one personally. The guy behind the bar needs a shave. Like, that's not cool.
They
Like,
could say the same about you and
yeah,
me.
yeah. But then at the bottom it concludes, "Come see why 7% of people don't like us."
So then, like 90% of people are like you, and 3% are undecided.
Why did you conclude that? Why are there? I don't think there's undecided on Urban Spoon.
I've never been to Urban Spoon, so I can only guess.
Well, what review site have you been to where it's like, I don't know about this one. More information required.
That's how I think.
There's no like. That's how opinions on the internet
Undetermined.
are. You have to have an opinion about everything if you're going to be on the internet.
There are people who believe in God. They're atheists, and they're the people who don't know.
No, there's none of that. There's on the internet. No, it's all just everything is black and white, and you need to have an opinion on everything. Yep, especially on Urban Spoon.
Urban Spoon.
But I thought that was super funny, and I love going on places like that and just reading. It's like, have you ever been to a restaurant before? Like, do you know how they work? I don't know.
Yeah, people are pretty ridiculous with their reviews of places.
Places and things, and yeah.
It's possible to have a bad experience and the place not actually be bad.
Sometimes I'll go on stuff and I'll be like, I'll see 1-star reviews. I'll be like, all right, what's the 1-star review? And they all start with, I would give it 0 if I could. It's like, yes, of course you would. You don't need to move on. Get to the.
We understand you gave the lowest rating
Yeah.
possible.
All right. Anyway,
Because that
we'll
guy
move on.
needed to shave. It was really distracting.
Right. 0 stars. Or 1, because I have to. All right. This one's fun. This was submitted to the subreddit Politics by Wild Animus. All right. Arizona court. Marijuana odor is not sufficient probable cause.
Important for the hot boxers in the
Important
state.
Yeah, because, well, I'll read into it. Law enforcement agencies pulling shakedown maneuvers in medical marijuana states are now being forced back to the drawing board to develop an alternative to their once tried and true method for establishing probable cause, an officer claiming to smell weed. Which always felt shaky to me. Where it's just like, I smelled weed, and that's why I kicked the door in. Because you can't document a smell.
Mm-hmm.
I don't, as far as I know.
I mean,
I've seen many seasons of CSI.
You can write down that someone smelled it.
Yes, you can also write
But then
that
they
down
might have
after
dealt
the
it.
fact.
So
Fair enough.
yeah,
Sometimes there are people who deal that particular smell, and we thank them for their service.
yeah, I guess so.
But yeah, I guess similar cases have come. I didn't realize that Arizona was a medical marijuana state, but I guess that's what it's coming down on. Is
So yeah, I mean, Arizona's got some. I feel confused about where Arizona sits in a lot of things.
I do like the quote here. It says that scent alone does not disclose whether a crime has occurred, which I feel like needs to be on a T-shirt.
You know, that's actually true. I feel like, the old playground axiom works.
Ye who smelt it dealt it.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
That goes
Thanks.
way back before playgrounds. I think that was in. That was
Shakespeare?
chiseled on like
Shakespeare
stone
actually
tablets.
said, "He who smelt it, doth dealt it."
Yes. I forgot what I was gonna. I'm getting a.
Dealer of said smell hath smelt it himself.
Oh, and also, this story came from High Times. Did you know High Times was still a thing?
Yeah.
I
mean, I don't smoke, but yeah.
I don't know. I just feel like, where print media is at today. I figured.
I mean, I think it's
That was
probably
one of the first to go.
hightimes.com.
That's where I found the story. I guess technically I don't know if there's still a High Times magazine.
I'm sure there's someone who's just craving pictures of the sweet bud.
Yeah, what is there to talk about in High Times anymore?
I mean, it's just getting pictures.
Yep, we still like it.
Yeah, I'm this is my religion, or not religion necessarily, but it's my avocation.
I don't know. I feel like it's just a thing you don't really see anymore. I guess I'm not perusing magazines at the airport or anything anymore. So,
Yeah, did they ever sell High Times at the airport?
oh, they sell everything. They sell like weird, obscure like chicks with guns magazines and like.
That's not weird and obscure. That's like 99% of what's sold.
It's fair. Yeah, that is.
I think. I'm making those numbers up.
But yeah. So now you can't just say that you smelled weed and a crime occurred.
That's probably an advantage to all of us.
Yes. All right. Moving on. This was submitted to the subreddit Picks by Handicap Reaper. All right. The story is called "What It Was Like to Be a Rural Doctor in 1948." So this is like a photo series of a doctor that would on house calls in Colorado.
Back in the days of the house call.
Right. Well, he was the crazy thing, he is a doctor for 400 square miles. So 400 square miles worth of people in Colorado. There's only one doctor.
Well, that's 20 miles this way, 20 miles this way.
Yeah, I don't know how many people live in there. Not enough doctors. Enough doctors with that's like, this is one of those things where, like, I always get the question like, oh, if you could travel to the future or the past, which one do you travel to? The future 100% of the time. Even as doomed as I think this planet is, like, I do not want to go back to a time where it's like, oh, you broke your leg? You're gonna die. You. Yeah, that's it. Like, we can ease the pain, but that's it. You're gone.
Just don't break your leg.
Oh, so I get to go to the past, but it's like, don't do anything crazy.
I mean, just don't break your leg. You can do plenty
Go to the past and just sit there and try not to get cholera.
Well, I mean, not getting cholera is always a good thing.
A lot of really cool photos. Actually, I guess he traveled with this person for like 3 weeks, but it says that during the first few days, the photographer did not actually have any film in the camera. It was just to get the doctor like comfortable with having his picture taken and not waste film.
So this was like the 1948 version of a reality show where you're following someone around.
Yeah, kind of. But yeah, like, and weird, like taping up ribs. All right, that's fairly normal. But this is like him irrigating wax out of someone's ear to like.
I've had that done.
Old timey medicine also like freaks me out. With just like metal tools and no one washing their hands. Like he's not even wearing gloves. Like it's like, oh, I rolled up my sleeves. Good enough. I'm prepared to do surgery.
I don't know
right
if they
now.
believed in germs at that point. I'm kidding.
Fair warning on these next couple. There is an image of a little girl that was injured. So it's not gruesome, but apparently a little girl was kicked by a horse.
Ouch.
Yeah, which is like that's a problem we don't have to deal with anymore. Is like
I saw a video of someone getting kicked by a cow.
All right, in general, but like not everyone has a horse. Like the odds of death by horse fairly rare.
In 1948, not everyone had a horse.
I feel like in Colorado, you needed to have a horse.
In this area, yes.
I'm just saying it's.
I mean, I guess everyone can have a car now.
Scary times,
sure.
And I just don't
have a horse either.
I don't want to go. This is apparently him having a cup of coffee. It says the surgery lasts until 2 a.m. Yeah, that's I don't know. Also,
surgeries go to 2 a.m. like nowadays.
Yeah,
it's
but
not in someone's house.
Right, but you can like swap doctors out. It's not like you have to call them in from the next time zone.
This is the one dude.
So, yeah, this is it. This is your only hope. But I thought that
at the other edge of the 2,400 square acres.
Yeah, right. I thought that was pretty fascinating thing to document, and I don't know. It's just it's awesome living in the future. Living in the future is the best.
Yeah, that whole thing where our weather is totally broken.
I'll deal with that. We got like pills that make you happy, and if I break my leg, I'm not gonna die. Probably.
They had pep pills.
Yeah, I guess it was just.
It was speed.
Yeah, it was speed.
Yeah.
Like, here you go. This will make you happy.
Just ask Judy and Mickey how they handled it.
Yeah, right. Baby being delivered.
Oh.
Who knows what horrible stuff happened during that though? We don't know that baby. Never mind.
Got kicked by a horse immediately
right,
afterward.
Yeah. And
there's some kind of bobcat at the.
Yeah, and a picture of a cat. Yeah, bobcat. That's another thing you'd have to worry about. Is like bobcats coming into the surgery room and like.
Well, they're all extinct now.
They have to shoot it. Are bobcats extinct?
No.
Oh.
I mean, it's the future.
I didn't think. Well, I don't know. You totally fooled me. I was like, wait, what happened to the bobcats? I didn't hear about this. We should have talked about this on the show.
Well, it's because we're in the future.
We are in the future. The future where this is what we have to worry about is our silly little internet show. All right. Moving on.
All right.
This one submitted to the subreddit Science by Gods and Frick. Gods and Frick.
All right.
It's without any like letters or spaces in between stuff. Everything just sounds like a spell or like a gremlin's name.
Gods
or
and
something. Right.
Frick.
But this I thought was super cool. This is actually a published scientific study in the Public Library of Science. A parasitic beetle is able to infiltrate ant colonies by mimicking the sound that the queen makes.
Nice.
And is able to move around the ant colony at will, preying on ants and treated like royalty, according to a new study. So, all right, things
call is coming from within.
Things you've learned in the last 10 seconds. Ants communicate by making noise, which is nuts.
We communicate by making noise.
Yeah, we're not ants. We also don't communicate by vomiting chemicals into each other's mouths, which is how they usually communicate.
Okay.
But so yeah, basically this beetle called a Apausus, I think it's pronounced, Paussus.
That's how I would say it.
It can speak 3 languages. So like it can either act like the worker, the soldier, or the queen. And just apparently has.
Wait, does that mean that the queen and the workers
I was so excited
cannot
that I didn't
actually
change it.
communicate with each other?
No. It's just they can communicate, but this one it can mimic any of them. So it has the cheat code for the ant colony, where it can just walk in and be like, "Sup, fellas? Yeah, I'm a worker. Yeah, no, it's fine. I'm just gonna eat this. Is that cool? Yeah. I'm gonna run around. Oh, I don't like him. I'm gonna kill him. Is that okay? Yeah, that's fine."
Wow. That's
It's
the call's coming from inside the house.
right. It's great. Like, also, who knew that ants talk to each other? Like, with sound.
I'd be curious to hear those conversations.
Well, but even then, like I've seen, when you see a movie and there's like giant bugs in it and they're always like making noise. I'm always like, bugs don't make noise. Whatever. But apparently they do. They like communicate via sound.
Yeah. Well, I mean, have you ever heard a grasshopper or a cicada?
Yeah, but I guess technically I don't know how these sounds are created. I don't know if they're actually if it's coming from their mouth or whatnot.
I mean, they don't have vocal cords.
I don't. Maybe they do. Until now, I didn't know that there were beetles that could imitate and disguise themselves. Also, it just does prove like, man, ants are stupid. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like if someone snuck in here, but they like just talked right, I don't think they could. I think we would still be like, is that guy supposed to be here? Like.
The master
If a
of
giant
disguise.
beetle walked in here and was just like, "Hey guys, oh, you're doing the front page? That's cool." We wouldn't be like,
I wouldn't notice.
you would just not notice.
I mean, if they disguise themselves well enough, yeah.
If they just spoke enough
Are
like,
you a beetle?
ah!
You?
That's the closest we've ever had to effects on this show.
We like a languid pace.
A what?
We take it slow.
Oh, okay. I thought that was one word. I was very confused. Never mind.
Yes.
Forget it. I don't read so good. All right. Next story, submitted to the subreddit Funny by Kick to the Top.
By a horse.
This is funny. Chinese hair salon uses Google Translate to create an advertising banner, but seems like their Wi-Fi was down. So, in the middle of this, I guess they needed an English translation, but it says, could not connect to translator service.
That's kind of a classic, like...
I love this for many reasons.
Yeah.
Well, one, it's just funny when things are misinterpreted like that. Two, this is like the Chinese equivalent of like an American getting a tattoo and just assuming that it's the right Chinese symbol. It's like, oh, it means love and power, but really it says like pork fried rice on their arm or something.
Well, I was watching The Search for Emperor or General Tso on
Netflix.
Netflix.
Is it good?
It's pretty cool, and there's a long history of Chinese people coming to the United States and sort of forming these businesses, and many of them had no English at all, so their translations were really weak.
Sure.
To just use that word. And I mean, at least
they
they have a translator.
Right. They
device.
managed it without Google Translate, just like these people are going to have to.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I thought that was funny. There's really not much more to say on that.
Pork fried rice tattoo.
We do all right. I think we'll get into our last story.
All right.
This is very important. The future of the show hinges on the question I'm about to ask. How do you feel about pineapple on pizza?
With jalapenos, even better.
Oh, Jesus Christ. All right. Shut it down, boys. Shut it down. That's it. This is the end of the show. Come on, man.
Yeah, man. It's my favorite,
What?
two toppings together.
What happened? What,
Oh, where did this come from? I remember
I'll tell
when
you
I
where
was
it
in
came from.
college. No. Because when I was in college, it was a strategy that I devised to keep people off of my pizza. Because every time you ordered a pizza to the residence hall,
okay.
people would always grab a slice.
Sure.
And it was like some people didn't like pineapple on their pizza, and some people
You mean
didn't.
sane people? Yeah, they
Shut up.
don't like.
Didn't like jalapenos on their pizza, and thus putting both on there was a strategy for just keeping more people away. But then I just really liked the flavor.
So I assume this stems back to like when you were in preschool and you clearly used to eat paste because it was more important to eat something disgusting than it was to have friends.
I just, it's not disgusting, man.
All right. Well, this person doesn't agree with you. This is from a yearbook, and I wish this person's name was in the shot and I could credit them, but it says, if you like pineapple slices on pizza, I hope you like pineapple slices on your children's grave. Because you are weak. Your bloodline is weak, and you will not survive the winter. And I could not agree more with this girl who is now my hero.
Well, it takes a village.
It takes a village to drive out all the people that like pineapple on their pizza.
I guess so, yeah. I mean, since moving to Chicago, I haven't had it.
Yeah, because we know better.
Shut up. Wait.
It doesn't matter. You should be shunned, and I think that brings us to the end of the show.
I'm getting shunned, everyone.
All right. Well, everybody, thank you so much for watching. Be sure to like, favorite, subscribe, comment, all that business. I've been Tyler Slayton. Oh, yes. Send some money to Neil and his project. That would be very cool of you. But anyway, for the front page, I'm Tyler Slayton.
I'm Neil Figuracion.
Thanks for watching.
I'm now shunned.
Stage 2 show.